Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, and I'm in the airport, in Fiumicino Airport, and I hope you're ready for the next episode of Let's Talk About It. So yeah, you guys probably may be asking yourself, what's up with the hoodie? And if you take a look at my hair today, I think you'll have your answer. And because I know that you are all dying to know why I'm in Fiumicino and where am I going, I'm going to go to Milan once again, and we're going to speak with Sony, and practically they have this new Bluetooth speaker that they want to give to me to test out and to give them feedback. We will make a video about that also, about this new Sony speaker, and it's gonna launch in a few days, so I'm pretty excited for that. So we just arrived in Milan, now in the bus going to our hotel, and I'm sure you're all waiting for the big question. What's today's topic and what are we going to be talking about? So as you guys probably understood by the title of this vlog, we are going to be talking about collabs. So before we actually start talking about collabs, we have to first understand what is a collab. A collab is a collaboration between two or more artists, and it's practically when different artists get together and collaborate on the same track or music production. So just got in my hotel room and it's pretty nice here, but let's not get off topic. We're talking about collaborations. And the question that I got, they're asking me if I would ever do a collaboration with an unknown DJ. What do I think about collaborations? If I'm going to have any collaborations coming out soon. So, what has been my personal experience with collaborations, I think there's a positive side to it and also a negative side to it. So talking about the negative sides, I think the first one is that collaborations are much less practical than what can turn out as a single project or a single track. What do I mean by this? I mean that many times it's not that easy to work on a collaboration actually. For example, if me and the person that I'm collaborating with don't live in the same city or even in the same country, we have to send each other every time files, stems, MIDI files, sounds, plugins, and it's kind of complicated. For example, I can be using, I don't know, Logic, as I am using, for example, Logic Pro, and somebody else can be using another DAW, which is Ableton. And for who doesn't know what I'm talking about in this moment, a DAW is an interface that you use on your computer, laptop, or whatever device you have, and very easily said, it's just a program with which you create music. It's the program with which music producers work with. So yeah, and the main ones are Logic, Ableton, FL Studio, Cubase. There are several other ones. So for example, if I use Logic and the producer with which I'm collaborating uses Ableton, we cannot just like send each other the projects back and forth because it won't work that way. You have to send audio files, you have to send stems, you have to send MIDIs. So it becomes more complicated. And again, for those who don't know what I'm talking about with audio files, MIDI files, and whatever, they're just files, they're just components that you use in music production. Just to say it pretty easily, I am going to be making another video going a little bit more in depth in what is music production and what I'm talking about right now. But anyway, it's not that easy to collaborate like when there is a pretty big significant distance or just, you know, like physical distance between the two producers. Or for example, I could be using a sound that I made with my plugin that I have and that the other producer doesn't have. So again, I can't just be sending MIDI files, I have to send the audio files, and they cannot actually get that same sound and work on that my same sound because they don't have it. So just practically is more difficult. It is doable because I have done it, I am doing it right now, but it's more difficult, it's harder. The second negative aspect in collabs is that if you make too many, you actually risk to not have your own style which is something that we are going to be talking about for sure in another vlog, because I think it's really important. But for now, you just have to try to understand this. If I make a lot of collaborations with other producers, and maybe they have their style, maybe I have my style, and if I start making a collaboration after another, and I make, I don't know, 10 collaborations and only one single, my style risks to be jeopardized by the style of the other producer or collaborator. And this happens maybe when I still don't have like my distinctive sound, or I'm still not 100% sure of what is the genre that I like and that I want to produce. And it's kind of risky, because I've seen a lot of DJs, a lot of young DJs that maybe send me their, let's talk about producers actually, because DJs could only be DJs and not producers. Many young producers who send me their demos like once every week or once a month, and they are always collaborations, and they are one totally different from the other one. Because if Robin Schulz makes a collaboration with Hardwell, and then makes a collaboration with Kashmir, and then makes a collaboration with Dylan Francis, it's obvious that there are going to be 3 totally different tracks. And if Robin Schulz doesn't have that really distinctive Robin Schulz sound, it's going to sound strange, and we're not going to understand really who Robin Schulz is. So yeah, that's a pretty important negative aspect to look out for. And I'm not saying you shouldn't make 100 collaborations a year. I'm just saying stick to your sound and stick to your style, because in the long run, that's what's really important. It's your style, your music, and your sound. Stick to that. I kind of lost track of time. It's 11 in the morning, and you probably understood that because of my very, very strange and alien-like face. But yeah, I have to check out of my hotel, because otherwise they're gonna kill me. So we're talking about collaborations, and you may have noticed that I am back in Rome in my studio room. I like to call it that, but it's actually more my room than my studio. And that's because while I was recording the vlog yesterday in Milan, I just heard about the really terrible news of what happened in Manchester, and I didn't feel like continuing to record the vlog that day actually. I felt it was better to just take some time and think about what happened and start the next day. So we're back here, and for now we've been talking about collaborations as a negative aspect, but they can actually be a really, really nice experience. And let me tell you why. The reason why I think collaborations are awesome is because they can give you such a different view of music, of your music genre, of other music genres. They just really open your mentality. When you start collaborating with another artist, you see how this other artist loves different things in music that maybe sometimes you didn't even think about. You didn't think about using that sound. You didn't think about using that kick in the way that the other artist uses it. The nice thing about music is that you never stop learning. So it can be a really great learning experience, because you can actually get inspired by other artists, by what other artists do. And I think that's so incredible. And it's probably one of the best things in music. The fact that you never stop learning and you can get inspired by so many things, and collabs really help you in that. Seriously. If you've never collaborated with an artist and you are an upcoming producer, or you've been a producer for I don't know how many years, you should try collaborating, because it will change you. And I can assure you that it will happen, because I am collaborating right now with 2 artists, and it is changing me. It is changing the way I am working in my studio, and it is changing the sounds that I use in my studio. So just arrived in our beautiful hotel in Berlin, but that's actually another story, and we'll be talking about that in the next Redoxx venture. So check out my YouTube channel in about 2 weeks. 100% you'll see why I'm in Berlin in this moment and what I'm doing here. But now we are talking about collabs. The question that I wanted to answer about collaborations is, someone asked me if I would collaborate with an unknown DJ, a no-name DJ, if I would actually do that, if I've ever done it, or if I'm going to do it. And the answer is, why not? why should I judge an artist on his popularity? Because when we are talking about a no-name DJ is someone who is not popular. Because there are so many talented artists that maybe didn't make it to get their name out there and are not popular but are really, really talented. So if I find a talented artist who is an awesome producer and who knows what he's doing in the studio, why wouldn't I collab with him? It's insane. Right now I'm actually collaborating with two artists that I actually did not know who they were like a month ago. And they just sent me a demo and I listened to it and it was really awesome. And they were like, dude, we like your music and we would like to make something with you. We would like to collaborate on a track. I immediately said yes. I mean, I listened to their track, I really loved it. I loved the other music that they were doing. I checked out their social network pages. I checked out their SoundCloud. I didn't go and see how many likes they had on their Facebook or how many followers they had on their Instagram. I went to see their SoundCloud or their Spotify or their Mixcloud. And you go and check out what music they do, what music they play. And it was actually really awesome. So of course I said yes, and I am collaborating with them right now. In about 2 months probably the track will be out because it's almost finished. So what I'm saying here is if you want to collaborate with someone, with an artist, not necessarily me, but with anyone, just send them an email with your music and say, hey, do you like what I'm doing? Do you like what I'm playing? Want to collaborate? You should try that way, because I get so many messages, so many emails of artists that are just asking me, hey, listen, this is my Facebook page. Do you want to make a collab with me? How do I know? I didn't listen to your song. I don't know what music you play. I don't know what music you produce. I don't know how you work in the studio. Why would I ever say yes? So for all of you guys that have always wanted to actually send me that one track or just have a feedback on that one track or just even, ask me for a collab or a feedback or whatever, you guys can send me an email on my email info.redoxxmusic.com, and in the object of the email you should write #AskRedoxxDemo, and all the emails that will have this written on the object of the email, 100% I'll send you guys a feedback. That's it for today. Remember to ask Redoxx, because as you see I am answering, and I'll see you guys next Saturday. And of course, if you've always asked yourself that one question, let's talk about it.